Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Just Stuff. This is a Q&A on pre-prep freezer meals. And yesterday I did a pre-prep video on some beef and noodles that I cooked up and put in the container. This is the type and the size container that I actually used. All of my containers come with fitting lids, just like this one. Then I have this one here is like what you saw yesterday, beef and noodles and the broccoli that was in it. That's the perfect serving size for that type of a meal. Okay, then I have the much larger container here. This one I like to use for like chicken, chicken leg, chicken thighs, chicken breast, like baked chicken, smoked chicken, and then each of these compartments will have like a rice and gravy or a vegetable. Now what I'm going to explain to you about not only this container here, but the smaller one here as well, you do not have to fill up all three of these compartments. Let's say you cooked a nice meal, you baked a chicken. Well, the chicken's all gone, but you got leftover vegetables. You know what you do with those leftover vegetables? You put them in these containers, in these compartments. Okay, you write down what's on them. What I use is this freezer tape here with a Marks-a-Lot, Scripto Marks-a-Lot, and I write what's on in the container. Now, say you, a couple of nights later, you have roast. Well, you can pull this container out of the freezer. These two already have the vegetables in it, or perhaps you only have one vegetable in it. You can add your roast here. You can add your, let's say you made rice and gravy to go with your nice pot roast. Put you some rice in here. Now when you use rice, or when I use rice, I'm not going to tell you what to use. You can use what you want to, but from my past experience, if I use any other type of rice other than parboiled rice, whether it's long grain, short grain, medium grain, jasmine rice, whatever type of rice, that rice is going to come out of that freezer after you've heated it up. You're expecting a really nice meal. You know what you're going to have? You're going to have crunchy, hard rice. It's not edible. If you take the time to buy parboiled rice and prepare it as stated on the package, you will have no-fail rice every time that you make rice to go into these dishes. Whether it's a rice casserole, you're using rice in a casserole, it works. Rice and gravy, that is the only type of rice that's in my house. I do not buy any other type of rice anymore but parboiled rice because I make these meals. Another thing that I do not suggest putting in these containers. Now, I've had bad experiences. Maybe you can help me. You can tell me how I can actually freeze potatoes. Let's go back to the imaginary roast. And let's say you have potatoes in there with carrots and celery, you know, onion. How do you freeze your potatoes? I have yet to freeze a potato that didn't come out soggy and yucky and didn't have the texture. I even tried, I took suggestions from some people off of my Facebook page. I asked about freezing some mashed potatoes with gravy because I'd made a meatloaf. They said, oh yeah, you can freeze it. They do it in TV dinners all the time. Guess what they taste like? TV dinners. I do not want my home cooked meals to taste like TV dinners. I can always make mashed potatoes on the side, but if any of y'all have a suggestion on potatoes, I would love to hear it. Truthfully, I would. Okay, now we're going to go on to this container here. These are very small containers here. Well, you know, this is perfect, and I mean absolutely perfect. It comes with its own lid. For lasagnas, I make chicken casseroles and I put in here. I make spaghetti and meatballs and I put it here. This is single serving. Say I'm hungry for this, but you know, that's all I want. I don't want vegetables and all that. I just want to hurry up and eat. I will use this particular container here for that. And a lot of times, not a lot of times, all the time, when I heat up lasagna, gumbos, chickens, basically anything, I put it in my microwave on defrost and I let it defrost. And you can pop that lid, and when you feel that food getting all good and tender and everything, and you touch the bottom and it's warm, it's not still cold of your container, this, whether it's this container or the other two that I've already showed you, that's the time that you can turn your microwave on to 2.5 to 3 minutes. Now, on high setting. On gumbos, I never do it because I don't want the seafood. A lot of times I use seafood in mine. I do not want the seafood dried out. Now, going back to like baked chicken and barbecue chicken, on that I will set that microwave on defrost for 20 to 25 minutes. On defrost only. I do not use the heating part of the microwave to reheat my chicken on full heat. What happens is the meat dries out, you lose all your juices, and just like you're eating cordboard. You can take it out and put it in that microwave out of the freezer, and you can wait 20-25 minutes. You're going to do that if you buy a TV dinner. So it's, this way you're having, I'm trying to tell you how to have a juicy, decent meal that tastes the same as when you put it in the freezer compartment as to when you take it out of the microwave. Now my next little container are these bowls. They come in several colors. This is the white one. Hopefully y'all can see that pretty well. It comes with its own lid. This is my go-to soup gumbo bowls. These are just fantastic size for that. I fill it up to this bottom line here because everything's going to rise, and I seal that. The containers, I've been asked, where do I get my containers? Well, just like everything I buy, eBay. You can find these containers on eBay. Very reasonable price. Now, these single serving ones like this that I was showing y'all earlier here, still has a little masking tape on it. Sorry. These containers here, you have to be very careful. You read all the instructions, instructions, whatever it is they put on, description, I'm sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. You read all the descriptions very well on these type of containers, because some will state, some will not state that these lids can take full power for long periods of time. I've seen some that say it can take full power for 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. Okay, and I didn't know that when I was buying these bowls, and I first started out doing this. And I have bought bowls that I put it in the microwave, blah blah blah, come back, lids all warped up, melted. I'm furious. So I have learned since then to ask questions. If it's not in the description, it doesn't hurt to click over and ask the seller a question. If the seller cannot answer you, go to another seller. And I buy mine in the USA. Most of what I buy is USA sellers. Very rarely will I use out of the United States seller on eBay. With that said, these bowls here can also be used for salads and stuff. I've made pre-prep salads for a couple of days ahead of time and put them in my fridge, and they're just as good as they were the day I took them out. But I hope I've answered everything that I can think to answer. Going back to this big container, let's just say like a barbecue chicken, baked chicken, whatever. Put you some baked beans on this side, nice corn on the other side. This is something that you can be very creative with. And I'd like to watch other people. I'd like to see my subs and my viewers make videos and give me a heads up. Let me know that you've done it. I'd like to see what y'all come up with. I'm game for anything. I'm willing to learn on a daily basis. This is just stuff, and I appreciate you watching my videos. If you like my videos, please like, subscribe, and share. And by all means, leave comments. I love reading the comments. Y'all have a blessed day. And this is Just Stuff, and I'm out.